the focus of practice today, and what will you be looking from your team as you prepare for a preseason game in Philly?
Today's focus was really, it was one of those days where we had a pretty hard scrimmage yesterday. They competed, so we were able to break the film down. Our coaches did a big-time job of teaching and communicating. The guys' communication was really good on the things we need to accomplish, which was we were focused on the sprint game, focus on our crashing ability, then the defensive side of the ball, like being in the right position and knowing where you are on the floor at all times, depending on where the ball is.
Where do you want to see the team, like kind of this emphasis on running, where do you want to see the team kind of continue to improve and grow?
Conditioning.
Yeah. Just being able to do it longer and further.
You got to be able to play both sides of the basketball. We talk about being able to run, but with us being at the defensive team, that's where we're hanging our hat. You've got to be able to do both.
Is there a challenge to trying to run more, maybe get a few more possessions and still being that part-nosed defensive team? Just typically, a stronger defensive team where they
got to do both.
Got to do both.
Got to do both.
How would you evaluate the conditioning level of your team? Where do you feel like they are?
I think this upcoming game will be able to tell us a little bit more. I think being 8 or 9 days into training camp, our ability to see that against a different opponent, having subs, knowing how long guys can go, I'll be able to evaluate it a little bit more as we get into this next game.
How much have you made an emphasis too on the communication aspect of the team and making sure that they're communicating with each other, knowing where they're at, but being able to speak out a little more?
No, that's what they've asked each other to do, and I think yesterday the big term I used was ownership. Them being able to take ownership of what's right, what's wrong, what they feel, what they see, being able to communicate it to one another. And I say it time and time again, great teams are based on how well the guys communicate with one another and how they're holding each other accountable. And that's what this group is really moving towards.
Jalen and Mo not available tomorrow, right?
Correct.
How is the health of the rest of your team after 4 more practices?
I think they're sore, but they're all healthy.
Do you have a plan? Are you planning to play everybody tomorrow, or is that still kind of the wait and see?
That's the wait and see game a little bit.
The annual GM survey came out this morning, and 47% of GMs view your team as the most improved at entering the season. How do you interpret the term most improved and the way the GMs view your team?
I look at it as everybody's undefeated right now. So statistics can say one thing, opinions can say it's one thing. We got to get on the floor. And that's why our job is just to get better every day and not think about the outside voices of what they say and their opinions of what we're doing. Great that they think that, but now the other side of it is we've got to go out and put a product on the floor that we can be proud of every night.
As far as kind of building conditioning, even just like a sense of practice, how critical is it the way the schedule is constructed to play at Philadelphia, come home, play games Sunday against another tough defensive team in Miami? You've seen before. How critical is that to like kind of getting the rhythm of a season down and making sure that the conditioning is where you want it?
That's the beauty of preseason. You get yourself prepared for the things that you're going to see during the regular year, and the schedule matches up to pretty much how our season is going to be this year. Long road trip, come home, play one game, go back out, back-to-backs. You got to be prepared for it now, and using this preseason to work on what your body's going to be like and how you feel throughout the year. It starts now.
Getting back to the media's question, there's a lot of flowery responses from GMs about Desmond Bain. As you talk to your counterparts throughout the league, what is the league view of him?
Yeah, we spoke about this yesterday a little bit, he and I actually, just being able to talk about how great his responsibility is to this team and how he's embraced that, but it's more so about just him being himself in the role that, he did play for Memphis, that he's played in college, and he's been a leader. He's been a great teammate. He's, outspoken, toughness, shooting, all those little small pieces he brings to the table, and I think that's exactly what he provides for us.
And another thing in the survey is your group was voted among the most fun to watch. What do you think makes Magic basketball fun to watch in your mind?
I think the group they've got a toughness about them, they've got a togetherness, and then there's the aspect of they play with a sense of joy for one another because they get to play this game of basketball. It's not a chore, it's still a game regardless of how you want to stack it up. These guys really take pride in saying we're going to play for one another with a sense of joy and togetherness. All right, thank you all.
How's camp been going for you, and what was the focus of practice today?
Today was a little bit more of a mental day. Obviously we flying out to Philly today, so and we played a lot yesterday. I feel like we still got to take care of our bodies a little bit. So today was really the emphasis of thinking the game more so than anything else. And camp been going really good for me. Feel really comfortable with these guys and the group that we have here. It's been a lot of joy to play with these guys.
What are you hoping to get out of tomorrow's game against Philadelphia? And then also kind of like a Friday, Sunday situation, preseason, getting ramped up for the regular season.
Yeah, like you said, ramping up for the regular season. I feel like, giving a couple guys shots, a little bit more minutes on the floor to kind of get a feel for the team. Maybe try some different lineups. I don't know what the game plan is, to be honest with you. But preseason game. Yeah.
Coach talked a little bit a second ago just about ownership and just kind of that communication aspect. How much have you noticed the emphasis of this training camp really being big on taking ownership and also communicating with each other more?
Yeah, it's been an emphasis every single day, basically, every single training day that we've had. I just think that's really big. To have guys that are willing to step up as a vocal leader on this team. I feel like we might have lost some of that with Kojo leaving, but we've with the new pieces coming in with D-Bane and Tyus, I feel like we got really vocal guys that know what it takes to win and be part of a great team and an organization. And even our guys that have been here last year have done a lot of growth. Franz, Paulo. AB's getting more vocal. I'm trying to be as vocal as I can be, and even Jace coming in as a rookie, really vocal and helping this team in that way a lot.
You said you feel like camp's gone very, very well for you. How do you feel like you've grown as not just a leader but as a player coming into this game?
Yeah, a lot of experience. Obviously, playing in the summer, playing a little bit more. And just having fun out there, knowing the rotations, knowing what's important, making the right plays, and just playing for each other, playing hard, and always being alert. I feel like you just gotta play really. That's all it is. I feel like I've worked on my game, on my shot, on my ball handling, on my passing, on my decision making. So there's a lot of different parts. My defense as well. And I feel really comfortable. I don't know what Coach told y'all, but so far pretty good.
Do you feel like the way just the experience of being in Eurobasket, getting deep into that tournament, winning that tournament, do you feel like that was a catapult for you into this camp, or how do you feel?
Yeah, it's definitely momentum. Yeah, that's still in the back of my mind. Still something that kind of boosts me, and that's really a really pleasant memory for me. And obviously it also ties together with basketball and the way that I've played in the tournament. And I said this at the beginning of training camp too. I'm trying to get this momentum into training camp and throughout the preseason and regular season into the postseason.
Going through summer league, Eurobasket, now this training camp. Just how are you feeling entering the season physically?
I feel good. I know it's been a lot. This is my third training camp this summer, which is kind of crazy. But no, I feel pretty good. I feel like I came in playing shape, so it's a little bit different. It's different than any other summer that I've had.
Is it at all difficult to find that balance between, I need this rest day and I need to keep pushing to prepare my body for what's to come?
Yeah, there's a balance, and you do as much recovery as you can. So I'm trying to do as much, but also work as hard as I can, because I know I got to be ready for when the regular season starts. So it's definitely like a little juggle that you're trying to do.
How much did having a rookie season under your belt, having been through a full NBA season, how much did that help kind of prepare you or change maybe your approach to this training camp, knowing the journey that's ahead?
Yeah, you just know what's ahead. That's really the biggest thing for me. I think last year I was kind of in an uncertain didn't really know what the expectations for me were, what I could expect out of the season really. And so having a year under my belt and knowing kind of how the coaches and my teammates think of me, and just knowing the impact that I can have this time right off the bat is really reassuring to, feel comfortable about this season.
Got to get to the airport.
All right, thank you guys.